Are you filming this? What the fuck is that? Because it's been warping over time with that.
Maybe
all
open
that
the
steam.
latch on your right side. There you go.
It's my first day. Okay. Okay, I can see everything from the outside. It looks all good. Okay, let's go back inside. Okay, we have more interesting organisms growing in these old windows.
Oh yes, yes, you're
for free.
There.
Looks like this customer went through Costco. I'm sure they got a couple of chickens, maybe a hot dog, some dog food or something like that, and then 35 windows. And pretty good, right? Not a bad day, not a bad shopping spree. Morning, everybody. It's Ian Lozon, Master Inspector with Timber Point Home Inspection. We're out here again with Ecoline windows and doors. An absolute beautiful day ahead of us here. It's gonna be a hot one, which is great, but I do hope that these homeowners got some air conditioning because that'd be nice, especially for our installers. It's gonna be a hot day. We got 34 windows on this house. 35 windows. I don't even know how you get 35 windows on a house. I don't know how they're gonna do it. It's gonna be a big project. I think the last project that we did that had a large amount of windows, I think it was 28, something like that. This one's 35, so we're even going up from there. I think it's about a 4 or 5 day project. So that just goes to show you how many windows they can get done in a day. 35 divided by 5. They're doing 7, 8 windows a day easily. So no big deal for these guys. What we have here is wood windows with a metal cladding on the outside. They kind of look like vinyl windows when you kind of stand up from the street, but interior wise, they are wood frame. So I was talking to the homeowner earlier. He says they bought the house in January of this year. They moved in, tons of issues with these windows. They're really drafty. There's a lot of rot and decay on the on the sills. Having a lot of issue with that. So that'll be exciting for us to go see what we can find. Hopefully some interesting civilizations of mold and decay underneath. I always like that now. It's kind of neat to see how bad these things can get. So we're gonna go check it all out and see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. So come with me. Okay, we're doing a little exterior inspection of front of the house here. We're out on the porch. Kind of wraps all the way around the house, which is really nice. It's a really classic looking house. This house could be easily, from the 1800s based on the design of it. So I'm a really big fan of those types of houses, that era. So having the big porch like this is really cool. You got windows that wrap all the way around. So you're getting lots of sunshine coming through. But when you got really shitty windows, that sunshine can be a problem because this house is gonna get hot today if there's no air conditioning running. I don't hear any compressors running, so it's not a good sign. So it could be a tough day for us out here. We're used to pretty easy conditions. So I don't know if I start breaking a sweat, there's gonna be a problem. We got our metal cladding window, so it's wood frame on the inside and we have metal on the outside. We got our lovely grills in between. And I'm not a huge grills fan of the old windows, especially. If you got an old junky ass window and you got grills inside it, I don't get the I guess you're trying to sell some sort of story that you got nice windows, but you don't. If you got the grills on the new windows, it's still gonna be great because you're getting all that performance. There's some caulking in here that's been cracking and wearing out. Not much else to say. You have a fiberboard exterior. A hardy board exterior is what kind of most people are familiar with. So it's a composite. It's not vinyl. It's not wood. And the homeowner's discussing they're going to be maybe painting the house at some point. So having new windows, you'll be able to kind of adjust your paint colors. If you paint the house based off of the old windows, maybe you end up not liking it as much. So getting rid of these out first is probably a good way to do it. Looking at the bottom trim boards, everything looks like it's in pretty good shape down here. So that'll be able to be reused. And that's where we're at so far here. So we always hear in the news about how, the pace of house building is slowing down and they don't construct houses as fast as they used to. I'm going to show you one of the reasons why things are a little bit slower than they could be. So we're in a covered porch area here. The porch sticks out 6 feet or something like that. There's no way any water is ever coming from the outside from the rain And we have a drip cap over the window, which is, you know, designed to protect the window from water coming in from behind. So it was never really necessary in this case, but our building codes state that every window needs drip cap on the outside. So it makes no sense to me. This would take someone probably an extra 10, 20 minutes to install that drip cap, get it all cut, make sure it's measured right. It's not even installed properly, so it's kind of just pointless at this point anyways. But you know, it's around all these windows around here, so it added probably an extra hour to someone's day just to put this drip cap. I know that's not a lot of time, but this is the kind of stuff that adds up. So to be in, you know, in a porch area like this, if this was ever getting wet, you have massive problems. You obviously have your roof is leaking like crazy. It's coming through the soffit and then ending up on the wall. Like, it's just not going to happen in this case. So we don't need drip cap in these areas. So maybe I'll start a petition or something like that and see if I can change the world one drip cap at a time. Yeah, it's pretty moist in there. You can see that this window had some caulking that was added in, and the caulking has started to split and crack. And when every time it rains, we've had a very rainy summer, water's getting right into that gap, and then it's gonna get in behind the window and behind the wall. So I would imagine when we take this window out, it's gonna be probably pretty wet on that sill. So we're gonna have to make sure we clean it all up and, you know, deal with any damage and decay. It does feel a little soft in this area. You can see this molding. It's a little soft. Look at that, it's kind of rotted out there. So we need to take care of all these areas before we finish everything up. Oh yeah, like butter. That's not good. It should be like, you know, something more like that. Not that, that's bad. That's rot. Are you filming this? What the f is that? I think it's a mushroom.
Looks like a mushroom.
That's just crazy. It's growing inside in between the glass and the frame. Yeah, I'm not a biologist by any means, but we don't typically see windows growing in the walls or in the windows. So I think that's a bit of a sign that there's some issues with these windows. So again, expert master home inspector speaking to you out there. If you have mushrooms growing in your windows, call Ecoline today, please, because that could turn into something that ends up growing legs and attacks you. I don't know, it could. Yeah, this is the door, you know, when things aren't going well, you're having a party, some guys are, you know, you maybe had a few too many drinks, they're a little annoying. Just show them out this door so they can kind of just fall on their face and send them off. This is like the door to nowhere, I guess. Maybe it went somewhere one day. Maybe there was something here before, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like this was just kind of installed as a, you know, kind of a showpiece.
In case if someone will build a patio here.
Yeah, well, it hasn't happened. It's been like 30 years since this house was built, so maybe another 30 years there'll be something there. We'll see. Time will tell. Okay, we're in one of the bathrooms in this house. It's a wood frame window again with the crank. It's a casement window. We have a steam shower / tub in here. You can see how the door, everything's all sealed off to the inside. So this bathroom, I'm assuming gets pretty steamy. So where does all our humidity end up? Right on this window. So you can see the paint peeling off here, starting to deteriorate over time. Oh yeah, still lots of decay happening here. Some mold growing along the side.
No mushrooms? No
mushrooms on this one, unfortunately. But we'll probably find a few more of them. You know, if you're you know, in a pinch, you're, you know, cooking something at home and you're, you know, the recipe asks to add mushrooms, you know, you don't need to go to the fridge or the store. You just go right to your window and just take them off there. You could probably eat those, I'm sure. Lots of paint peeling on this window. Unlock it first.
Now you know.
Yeah, they open just fine, but lots of deterioration starting here. And with these windows, with only having one latch, and it's quite a large window, even when you latch it, there's still a lot of give. Like, look at this. You can come over here. I can push my hand, so I can almost just push it open slightly. So look at all that air that would be coming in the winter time. It's going to make it really inefficient. You're going to have a lot of drafts. It's not really, I mean, it's mostly for security, but in terms of the energy efficiency, it's useless. So that's big time issues with these older wood windows. I know I've said a lot of good things about wood windows in the past, but these ones are fairly low quality, I'll say, and not meant to last too long. And you can see all the maintenance that would be needed over time just to maintain the window with sanding it and painting it all the time. Forget all that. Get Ecoline to come out here and make your life a lot easier. Okay, so we're removing the casing very carefully again here. We're reinstalling this casing. You know, it looks okay, but it is a little bit beat up. So there is maintenance that'll be needed on it. It's gonna need some sanding and painting. So, I mean, you're gonna have brand new windows and you're gonna have some older casing. So think about that when you're doing these projects. Sometimes it makes more sense to probably just go ahead and install new casing as opposed to having to do all the work to sand and paint and redo it all. So it's just homeowner's preference.
Today we have to do the rope.
Okay, I can see everything from the outside. It looks all good. Okay, let's go back inside. Everything looks great here. Nothing's rotten. Nothing's fine. Everything's fine.
Feeling safer now?
Yeah, I'm a little bit more comfortable. Pretty dirty up here. It needs a good painting for sure. Homeowner was right. Need a good painting. One of the shutters is just sitting here.
I cannot see. Oh, now I can.
There's a shutter. Nice little decorative piece just laying there on the roof. I'm gonna get that fixed eventually, I'm sure. Be a good idea. Okay, we have more interesting organisms growing in these old windows. I actually don't know what this is. This is beyond mold. This is worse than mold. Again, another alien life form has taken control of this window. I think we should bring in some scientists to assess this and analyze it, because it could be from another world. I don't know. Maybe this is what everyone's been hiding in the news. They don't want to tell us, the government. So something is related. Something's going on here with these windows. It's disgusting. Yeah, this is not good. It's not healthy. That is not healthy.
And it's a bedroom.
It's a bedroom. Yeah, if this is growing in your windows, yeah, you need to make the call today. For everybody's sake, for my health. God damn it.
And mine.
Yeah. All right, we just taking off the jam extension on this window. Look at this insulation we have in here. Just a little strip of bad insulation, completely useless. So this is what happens. You put bad insulation in your windows. 30 years later, ignore that, you get mushrooms growing in your windows. So that's what happens. Bad insulation equals mushrooms. So we got this window open here. We just have our building wrap that's overlapping our sill. There's no actual flashing to speak of. Some minor decay here on the sill, but you can see this trim board in behind here has got a lot more issues going on with it. The sheathing itself is a little bit wet, but not too bad. So gotta clean this all up and then put on our proper flashing, put in a proper window, triple pane, Canadian made Ecoline window, also affiliated with Costco and Home Depot now. And then you're done, and you're good.
No mushrooms.
Huh?
And no mushrooms.
No mushrooms. You could probably add the mushrooms in after if you wanted to, but they're not gonna grow in your window anymore. So as you can see in the other room that we're working in, it's pretty dusty. So I like how we've covered up, the bed, the dresser, everything like that, keep the dust down, so that when we clean it up, we can just all bundle it together and then throw it in the garbage and not get all that dust everywhere. So it's good on Ecoline for doing that. And this window is going to be coming out next, and then another like 32 windows to go. So good pace so far.
Oh yes, yes, you're
for free.
There. Yes, finally. Half an hour.
We didn't break it. Wow, what do we have here? We're looking at our window here. We got some stickers on the window, Energy Star rating. We got to keep that on there. And then we have our lovely Costco promotion there. So that's great. Looks like this customer went through Costco. I'm sure they got a couple of chickens, maybe a hot dog, some dog food or something like that. And then 35 windows. And pretty good, right? Not a bad day, not a bad shopping spree. This is a mushroom episode. The window installation is kind of over here. We're more focused on the mushrooms and the search for more mushrooms. So now we've eliminated the mushrooms in this window. We just installed a new one, seal it up, good to go. You can see this one's the casement window as well. And there's 1, 2, 3, and 1 on top. So 4 latching points. That's what's gonna really hold that window tight. When it's installed, you can't push it open like those other windows. So that's a huge benefit to creating all that energy efficiency that you get. Look at that, beautiful window. You can see our latching, 3, 4. Double arm, very secure. Even in a windy day, this thing isn't gonna blow, it's not gonna damage. Beautiful, beautiful window. Nice weather stripping around there, nice seal. Everything is high end, very nice. Okay, this is our Ecoline 4-point push test. So we're gonna try to push this window. I can't get it to budge. It's too secure. It's locked in there too tight, so you're not getting any drafts coming through there. That's how you really, that's the difference with these Ecoline windows, that's for sure. One of the differences anyway. I'm sure there's more, but we'll get there later. In the other room behind me, we're installing windows. In this room, we're getting this window opening ready. So we're doing kind of 2 things at once here. You can hear the sound of the guys cutting out another window downstairs. So everyone's working hard today and getting this project done. Like I said, 35 windows. You got to be doing a couple windows an hour if you want to get it done in 4 days or something like that, which is crazy to me. I think any other company out there, it's going to take
couple weeks,
couple months. You know, some guys, who knows? These Kijiji guys, they could be here till the snow flies. I don't know. So we're getting it all done at the same time, and that's kind of how progress grows around here. It's really efficient. Okay, what do we got here? Well, we have another old window, and since it's old and it's shit, of course there's mold growing in where the sash was. That is all mold there, along the side, along the bottom, mold growing. Not very healthy, not good at all. No mushrooms, which is good, I guess. For this house, it's a bonus to not have the mushrooms. So, I don't know, it just keeps getting worse, doesn't it? Okay, so we got some new finished windows here. We're in the living room of this house. As you can see, we back onto the Fish Creek Park, one of the world's greatest, indoor, their city natural parks, anywhere you can find. So we want to capture as much of that view as we can, all the nature right behind us. So we have, 3 very large windows in this area and bringing in lots of light. So we get lots of sunlight still coming in like we did originally, but now we're getting all that energy efficiency and comfort that goes with it. So we can actually enjoy the view outside because we're facing west. So on a hot day, we can still kind of have the blinds open and not have to worry about this place becoming a sauna. So this is really, really convenient for the homeowners, especially when you have these types of views. You want to capture that as much as you can. And if you have old windows that aren't insulated very well, they're letting in tons and tons of solar radiation that are just warming up your spaces. You can't actually enjoy your view during the day. So you have to kind of keep the blinds down depending on which direction you're facing. So it's good to capture this, and it's a really, really, really nice window. Just two kind of fixed sections, triple pane. Looks really, really good and clean. And I like the casing on this window. They repurposed the old casing. It looks actually quite well. It's in pretty good shape. And you see there's a custom header above there. So it's nice to be able to repurpose that and keep that. It looks really nice. In here, another finished space. We're in a bedroom. We were here earlier this week, and now we have the casing completed. Really, really bright in this room. It's really good to capture all that again, all that light, all the view, and then still get the comfort with it. These casings you can see are the original casings. They are a little bit more beat up. So the homeowner is gonna have to either, retouch them up at some point, or they can replace them again at some point. But if you have, you know, casings like this that are in a little bit rougher shape, my recommendation, if you're committed to the style of what you want, you know, whether you're on a colonial look or a flat look, any different look for the casing, you know, go with Ecoline with that. Get them to just do it, and then you're done with it. Especially when you go with the vinyl, there's no extra touch-ups you have to do. You don't have to do any paint work. It's just done. Once the windows are in, the casing's on, you're completely done with it. If you're committed to the style that you're gonna go with, that vinyl casing is gonna look the best, and it's done. You don't have to worry about it. You're never gonna have to touch it again. So again, another really good room. All these rooms in this house, which is, you know, it's not an overly large house, but there was 35 windows. Every room has at least 2 or 3 windows in the room. So this, you know, the theme of this house was just capturing as much light as you can. You know, given the fact you're living on a park, Fish Creek Park like that, you want to be able to see much of the nature as you can. So that's where this house is kind of gets its theme from. It's really meant to, it's a window house. All right, we're here in the master bathroom. Just a beautiful bathroom. Got the view of the park. 3 windows in this bathroom. I don't think I've ever seen a bathroom with 3 windows in it. So really nice. You got the corner whirlpool tub with the windows on the side, so you can be sitting, you know, at the end of a long hard day, glass of wine, staring out at the nature, just kind of enjoying the view. And you don't have to worry about, you know, mold growing on your windows because you've got high humidity and there's all that condensation. With the Ecoline triple panes, you're not gonna have any of those issues. So you can make it a little hotter, a little bit more steamier if you need to. It's not gonna wreck your windows. Looks really good. It's all vinyl, PVC jam all the way around, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Still original casing here, so it can be touched up if needed. But it's a really beautiful, beautiful bathroom, and having new windows just makes it even better. This is how I take all my baths, always fully clothed. It's the best way to bathe, I find. Especially when you don't have blinds in your bathroom yet. Best to do it with the clothes on. So that's just my inspector tip for the day for you. All right, here's our finished look at the front of our house here. You can see all of our original siding. It's all intact. There's no damage to it. We didn't have to cut it out and put in any smartboard trim with the nail fin window installation. With this type of installation, we were able to just cut out our window, pop our new window in place, and then fasten it and then seal it. So you can see we have our white caulking here. Looks really nice and clean look. Doesn't look like it's out of place, and we were able to repurpose the trim. As long as it's in good condition, we can totally repurpose it. Otherwise, it can be replaced if needed. But this is how you can do 35 windows in 2 or 3 days, like Ecoline does. They're able to be less invasive and still do a really, really good quality installation. And that's what people are looking for, I think. I don't think they want people at their house for 2 weeks replacing their windows and cutting up all their walls and then putting in all this extra stuff that's not needed. For this type of insulation, this is the way you do it. Looks really good. As you can see, we're all wrapped up here. 2 days ago, there was stuff everywhere. There was window debris everywhere, all of the tools, equipment, everything like that. And 2 days later, this is the house. Doesn't look like anyone was here. That's how fast things can be done. This was 35 windows. It's an incredible amount of windows for a house to have, especially this size, and they were able to do it in a couple days. It looks really, really clean, and that's it. Like, it's as soon as we're gone, homeowner gets their house back, and they can enjoy their life again. They can enjoy their view, and that's what it's all about. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, I'm Ian from Timber Point Home Inspection, not Hope Inspection. I'll get that one day, and see you next time.